Let me tell you the story of the rise of the Roman Empire. A tale of power, betrayal, and a man who would become one of the greatest rulers in history, Augustus. Before the Roman Empire existed, Rome was a republic. It was a powerful city-state run by elected officials with a senate that made important decisions. But by the 1st century BC, this system was starting to crumble. Greed, corruption, and civil wars tore the republic apart. One man, Julius Caesar, a brilliant general, saw an opportunity and took it. After years of military victories, he marched his army into Rome, crossing the Rubicon River, a bold move that started a civil war. Caesar won the war, declared himself dictator for life, and seemed unstoppable. But this sudden grab of power terrified many in the Senate. So in 44 BC, a group of senators, led by Brutus and Cassius, assassinated Caesar on the Senate floor, thinking they were saving the republic. They believed they could return Rome to its old ways, but they were wrong. Instead of restoring peace, Caesar's death threw Rome into deeper chaos. At the center of this storm was a young man named Octavian. He is Caesar's grandnephew and adopted son. He was just 18 years old when Caesar was killed, but he was clever, determined, and had a burning ambition to take his place. Octavian formed an uneasy alliance with two other powerful men, Mark Antony, a close ally of Caesar, and Lepidus. Together, they formed the Second Triumvirate to hunt down and defeat the senators who had killed Caesar. After defeating the forces of Brutus and Cassius at the Battle of Philippi in 42 BC, the trio divided control of Rome's vast territories. But the alliance didn't last long. Mark Antony drifted away, forming a relationship with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. This move was scandalous in Rome, and Octavian used it to paint Antony as a traitor who was more interested in ruling from Egypt than Rome. Now, the final showdown. In 31 BC, everything came to a head in a decisive naval battle off the coast of Greece, the Battle of Actium. Octavian's fleet, led by his trusted general Agrippa, clashed with the combined forces of Antony and Cleopatra. The battle was fierce, but Octavian emerged victorious. Antony and Cleopatra fled to Egypt, where they later took their own lives, leaving Octavian as the last man standing. With his rivals defeated, Octavian returned to Rome as a hero. But instead of declaring himself dictator or king, both titles that had led to Caesar's downfall, he played it smart. In 27 BC, he claimed to restore power to the Senate and people of Rome. In return, they gave him the title Augustus, meaning the revered one. This was the birth of the Roman Empire, and Augustus became its first emperor. Although Augustus acted like he was just another Roman official, in reality, he held all the power. He controlled the military, the most important provinces, and had the loyalty of the people. But he did it subtly, avoiding the mistakes Caesar had made. Augustus reigned for more than 40 years, transforming Rome into a mighty empire. Augustus wasn't just a military man, he was a master of political reform. He reshaped the Roman army, creating a standing military that was always ready to defend the empire. He also formed the Praetorian Guard. This is an elite unit whose main job was to protect the emperor. Augustus made sure that Rome's vast provinces were governed well, bringing stability and peace after years of chaos. This time of relative peace, known as the Pars Romana, lasted for more than 200 years. Augustus was determined to restore Roman values and culture, passing laws to promote marriage, family, and morality. He also beautified the city, famously saying, "I found Rome a city of bricks and left it a city of marble." New temples, forums, and public buildings rose across the city, making Rome a dazzling capital worthy of his empire. Augustus' reign was also a golden age for Roman literature. Famous poets like Virgil, Horace, and Ovid flourished under his rule. Virgil's epic, the Aeneid, celebrated Rome's glorious past and Augustus' role in securing its future. Augustus ruled until his death in 14 CE, but his impact in Rome and the world would last for centuries. After his death, the Senate declared him a god, and his successors continued to build on the empire he had created. The Roman Empire he founded would dominate the Mediterranean for hundreds of years, and even though it would eventually fall in the West, the legacy of Augustus lived on in the Byzantine Empire in the East for another 1,000 years. His reign showed how one man's vision and cunning could reshape history. Augustus' careful balance of power, military might, and political reform made him one of the most successful leaders in history. He was not just the first emperor, he was the architect of Rome's golden age. But then, the story of Rome didn't end with Augustus. In fact, after his death, new emperors took the throne, and not all were as wise or as successful as Augustus. Some would bring glory to Rome, while others would lead it to the brink of disaster. However, Augustus' empire would face many challenges: foreign invasions, internal rebellions, and political intrigue. But for now, Rome was at peace, and his empire was stronger than ever. So, if you'd like to discover what happens next in the incredible saga of the Roman Empire, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button, because I'm definitely going to update you. Thank you. Still remain your girl, Nene. Bye.